Good day, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Q&A Social Security Disability Today. I am your host, Attorney Anthony Reeves. Let's get cracking. Okay, what should you do if you think your disability case is going to be under review? Now, this typically comes up when someone has been approved for disability and they may be subjected to a continuing disability review. I always tell people that typically you're going to be reviewed periodically because Social Security does not think you're going to be disabled forever. So then the question becomes, what do you do if you think or you have a reason to believe that you're going to be subjected to a review? The reality is you should be doing it already. What do you mean by reviewing or doing it already? Well, here's the reality. Under a disability review, Social Security wants to see if you've medically improved enough to go back to work. So let's say you were found disabled in January 1 of 2010. We're in January of 2013. You think a review may be coming up. Well, the key is they're going to look at your situation then and compare it to now and see if you've improved. What should be going on right now? Well, if you still are, the reality is that if your condition is still giving you problems, you should still be going to the doctor. The reality is if you're still having issues, you should still be taking medication and following a treatment regimen. The reality is if you're still having problems, they're going to get your medical records they already have them from then, and they're going to look at them from now and see if there's been a change, have you gotten worse or have you gotten better. So in essence, if you're doing the things you were doing before, it's just a matter of them reviewing it. But you also want to be mindful of the fact that if some things have changed during those times, those changes may affect you. Meaning, well, let's say, for instance, that you went back to work for about a good year and just didn't mention it to Social Security, even though they'll know because of your earnings and so forth. Let's say, for instance, that your condition has improved some, meaning the doctor had you on serious medication. Let's say they had you had severe pain when you got disability before, and they had you on, Percocet and OxyContin, but now you're on, Tramadol or Flexeril or something like that, or some Aleve. Well, the level of pain based on those medication alone indicates your threshold may have dropped a bit. Maybe before they had you on a walker and you were on intensive physical therapy, but now you don't have a walker at all. You haven't been to physical therapy in months. So those things are going to come into play. What happens is when people think they're going to get a review, they freak out because the reality is you've been relying on that money to sustain your life. You probably, by the time of your review, that money is what's basically been setting forth your standard of living for that particular point in time, and the possibility of it going away freaks you out. I got you. But the reality is that Social Security, and you've got to understand this the moment you get on disability, they don't think you're going to be disabled forever. So you want to make sure that you're honest about your condition, honest about your situation, and be mindful of the fact that you have a duty to show if your condition has not improved. If you went and you worked for a little while, show that it was an unsuccessful work attempt, that you were having way too many problems. Maybe you changed doctors, and because you changed doctors, the doctor who you have now wanted to wean you off those medications, and you're still having significant problems, and he wants to work you up again, meaning you were at OxyContin, he wants to kind of get you off of it, or she wants to get you on some lower levels to see if it works to build you back up to OxyContin again. You have a responsibility of demonstrating to Social Security that your condition has not improved if you truly believe it hasn't. So it's a long answer to a short question, but the reality is if you have a review that you think is coming up, you need to be mindful that you should be doing the things already to demonstrate what the situation is regarding your current medical condition is at that time. Meaning, if you've improved, it is what it is. But if it is not, you got to be able to be prepared to show how your condition has either maintained or sustained itself since the same time or gotten worse over the time period. When we come back, I'll let you know what we will cover again on your next topic on Q&A Social Security Disability Today. Would you like to hang out with me and get your Social Security disability questions answered live? Please feel free to send an email to legalgold@zoho.com and put Hangout in the subject line. Make sure you indicate what day and time is good for you to schedule a Google Hangout. Again, send an email to legalgold@zoho.com. Let's hang out and get those disability questions answered. On our next Q&A Social Security Disability Today, we're going to talk about is how can I find out exactly or what the exact reason was I was denied my disability. You're going to really want to hear the information I have to bring in that one. So make sure you stay tuned, and this will be a topic I think you'll really enjoy. My name is Attorney Anthony Reeves, and this is your Q&A Social Security Disability Today.